Purpose is not what you do, it's what's within you. And Bob McDonald is living, breathing purpose. It should come as no surprise that the Boy Scout ingrained with the duty to help others ended up at the United States Military Academy. While a cadet at West Point, Bob quickly discovered the words that would serve as an ethical North Star throughout his life. Choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. This was evident upon graduation when Bob chose the path less traveled and became an infantry officer with the 82nd Airborne Division. For the next 5 years, he found himself at posts stretching from the Arctic to Central America, learning and teaching leadership lessons all along the way. His Army commitment winding down, Bob found himself looking for new ways to continue helping others in the private sector. After a lengthy search, Bob joined Procter & Gamble in 1980, whose ethos of improving the lives of its customers fit with his personal values. Over the next 3 decades, he rose inside the company, ultimately becoming chairman and CEO, always drawing on lessons learned in the military. While at P&G, Bob codified these lessons with his values-based leadership principles and reinforced the importance of putting the customer first, no matter how hard the choices were.
The purpose of the company is to improve the lives of the world's consumers, and we like to say that the consumer is boss.
As leader of the global powerhouse, Bob counseled and challenged those around him to find their own value and purpose until his retirement in 2013. But Bob's search for purpose was still taking him in new directions, this time to Washington, D.C.
Like any Army Airborne Ranger, Bob has a reputation for being ready, jumping into tough situations, taking charge, and going all the way.
After a unanimous confirmation, Bob became the 8th United States Secretary of Veterans Affairs, taking on an overwhelmed organization that few would willingly step into.
It's in many ways the culmination of my life. It's after 33 years at Procter & Gamble and 9 years in the military, 4 years at West Point, 5 years as an officer in the Army. It's the opportunity to take everything I've learned in all the countries of the world I've lived in and apply it here to help the U.S. government, to help America's veterans.
At the VA, Bob used his leadership experience to spearhead a massive transformation that put the veteran at the forefront of everything. Bob was so committed in his new role that he even gave his personal cell phone number to any veteran who asked. To their surprise, he'd pick up and talk to them at any hour of the day, as always going by his first name.
It's the people facing the veteran every single day, providing service to those veterans that are the most critically important people in the organization. And that's why I think being on a first name basis makes us more like family, gives us empathy for that veteran.
It was this focus on giving his all to the people who gave their all that shows who Bob is. While Bob's time at VA is over, his legacy continues through initiatives started during his tenure, and he's never stopped advocating on behalf of his fellow veterans. He and his wife Diane are founders of the McDonald Cadet Leadership Conference at West Point, bringing together the best and brightest from around the globe. Bob continues to be a trusted mentor to IAVA, our members, and all post-9/11 veterans. By showing what life can be when guided by purpose, and for always making the tough choice instead of taking the easy road, IAVA is proud to honor Secretary Bob McDonald with the 2017 Lifetime Achievement Award.